Why do you think it's okay to harass and sexually assault black women?
Say it.
Why do you think it's always been okay to sexually assault black women?
Please.
What? Do you think that we're less than?
Sorry.
Do you think we're not worth it? Do you think we're not worth it? Don't call me baby. Don't call me baby.
It's all false allegations.
Okay, can you explain why it's false allegations?
It is all false allegations.
Tim Westwood. Sorry?
It's all false allegations.
Yeah, so you've never touched underage black girls? Allow it. Who are you talking about? Allow it. Who are you?
You allow me.
Don't allow you what? Do you think it's been alright to harass and sexually assault black women?
I've never done that.
You've never done that?
Never done that.
So where did them stories come from then?
They're all false allegations.
False allegations?
Period.
So they were lying?
Period.
Yeah?
And I will prove that.
So when are you going to prove it?
As soon as I get my opportunity and trust, I'm ready.
Because haven't you been arrested recently?
No, I haven't been arrested, please. Allow it.
Don't allow me, bruv.
Allow it.
Yeah? So you didn't do it then?
Let me get into this Westwood thing. Let me sort this out, because I've had some people hear the video and telling me XYZ. So let me just handle this my way, get it out there, and you can listen. Let's get this out. Let's clear this up. Because there's been a few misconceptions. Okay. Now, listen. Tim Westwood was pushed to the top by who? Who put him up there? You did. You all did. You put him up there. I mean, the community put him up there. As I said in the first video, you push him up to the top. And the mad thing is, you give all your resources and push these people all to the top. Yeah? And then question people in your own community why they haven't got it. That does not make logical sense to me. That's off key. That's off key. Right. Listen. Let's take shops in your community, yeah? In fact, no, I'm going to go in on you. You don't deserve any mercy. Whether it's shop, I've been sitting in my car in Tottenham, just passing the time, minding my business, picking someone up on a few occasions. Where I park my car, I can see Tottenham train station. Now, am I correct in saying there's a shop which is owned by a older black guy, correct? Yes. I said, now watch. Tottenham is predominantly black area. You guys shop in this shop, shop in the other guy's shop, shop in the other guy's shop, shop in the other guy's shop. You're indiscriminate, okay? Now, if I spoke to you and said, oh, you got to keep it real, you got to, support the brother man, you would say yes. Yeah, man, support, yeah. That's in theory. In practice, you're shopping everywhere. Yeah? Which, okay, it's your money, do what you want to do. But stop saying keep it real. Stop preaching that. I was in Lewisham. Again, see a little stall, black people panhandling, other people coming through. You're going here, there, everywhere. Yeah? That's fine. Do you want to do it? It's your money. But I'll be quick with making this point. Polish female friend of mine was talking. She goes to me, where am I going? I said, Tesco's. I said, do you want to come with me? She said, no. I said, why? Because I have to go to the Polish shop. All right, let's leave it there. I'm going to go on the golf track. The whole point I'm saying is, you're willy-nilly. I've got other examples I could hit you with, but I'm going to save the knockout blows for later. You're very willy-nilly. You don't have to spend your money. But the whole point I'm making is, with Westwood, you push him to the top. And another thing is, if you object to him in hip-hop, etc., why didn't you do it then? Why didn't you do what he's doing? You know why? Because other people around you, your community, won't even support you. With him, they're diffused towards him. With you, yeah. So it's Jamal, it's Jamal, it's whatever. Nah. Okay? There was a great YouTuber on here, sadly passed away. The great Dr. David Carroll. What did he famously say? The white man's ice is always colder. You figure that out. So if Westwood, you pushed him to the top, did his thing on the radio, LWR, Capital, Ensign Radio. He took anything. putting someone on, I said this in the last video, putting someone on is one thing, pushing them up is another, but them taking the piss and the liberties is the next thing. And as I said, we're going over this, and this is where we do agree, over time, where, you know, I guess black morality declined, he's still there and he thought, oh, he's thinking I can take the piss here. That's why the Cardi B thing, a lot of people refer to the Cardi B video as evidence that he's a bit smutty. No, it's not. Because by that time, your morality had gone down the pan. Because he would not be saying those things in the 90s when the crowd was more on it. He would never come out and say that to certain women. He wouldn't. He's calm in his Jeep, go to Vauxhall Arches, do his little thing and bounce out. Nothing wrong with that. But that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So, you know what I mean? If anything, you push it, put him there. And there's all that slack talk he's doing that came later, that's part of the vernacular. Because like I said, by that time, things had declined. You know? The black woman's halo had slipped by then. Because back in the day, when I was in fear for sisters, your lyrics had to be correct. You had to be on point. Now, man's like, what? Come here. And that funny thing is, that come here approach was the one that worked. The Bashment Boy, it come 92, 93, 94. Well, sorry, the Bashment Boy and them that come after the respectful R&B era. So we're talking to girls rough and get results. But when Westwood does it, it's wrong. When Westwood does it, with Westwood, it's an age thing. Because it does come across creepy and smutty. But when he was saying that to Cardi B, was she objecting? No. Did she push him off? No. Did you tell him what was what? No. So what's your point then? There isn't one. So at the end of the day, I was right. When the morality declined, no one gave a shit. Can I swear? Nobody gave a the. So that's the facts. And it's not don't call me a slave. Well, listen, everyone I've been out with has been a Nubian. Top notch. Listen, let's scratch that because we know already, yeah? I'm just being very critical and being very fair in the court of law, you know? I'm fair and balanced like a spirit level, okay? That's all it is. And if you're not used to that, then boy, change your circle of friends, change who's around you, because that's a big problem with your community right now. It's lack of cognitive thinking. You don't think straight. That's why there's so many of you. Listen, where else in the world can you have a posse of young boys, dare I say it, black boys, rush someone, 20 of them, and not one or two of them can think in the back of their heads, what I'm doing is wrong. Boy, this ain't me, I'm jumping out of this. Boy, this ain't right, I'm stepping out. No. Want someone not, you're rushing in there like wild hyenas, wild jackals do badness. And then when you all get hit with a sentence, then afterwards you learn. You learn sense after the fact. When you meant to have sense before the fact. So back, what does that have to do with Westwood? Everything. It tells me where your mind is at when it comes to this. So when you're judging something, listen, if black people's court was Old Bailey, but all those grime artists would be free. All those grime artists that do all kind of badness, they'd be out on the streets now doing madness. Because I'll be like him, you know. He might buy still, you know. Fools. You'll be out on the street right now doing more badness. And the more badness they do, the more points he gets. Because yours backward. So, back to Westwood. It's called being critical. A critical analysis and being fair. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? I mean, in terms of this whole judgment thing, yeah? So, you know, judging this particular kind of crime, okay? And people saying, so many women have come forward, X, Y, Z. Haven't you learned from Bernard Mendy, the Man City footballer? Haven't you learned from that? No? Google the names, Sophia Williams and Elena James. Two women that made accusations. Okay? Same thing. Like I said before, we live in a society where the woman's point of view is predominant in terms of carrying out, in these kind of cases. So technically speaking, in reality, the man is guilty before proven innocent. As I told you, there's a handful of cases I know personally, and I even know the guy involved. And I'm like, even I know, no, he didn't do that. And in each case, I was right, and he didn't. When it came out, as I said, XYZ reason. He didn't want me back to my car, so I thought I had to get back to him. It's the way he left it, you know. All comes out in the wash. This monkey now, what's her name? That Victoria girl, Victoria Everest, that fool. One of your queens. Idiot. Was it? Because what? He knew enough girls. I'm trying to get him back. He's always running through girls. I'm trying to make him feel see what it feels like to be used by that. Shut up, fool. Here you're not. Listen. Some yuck-faced girl telling people what is what. And again, you know, listen, keep it to Westwood. Back to what I was saying, keep it Westwood. In terms of Westwood, the core of opinion online is that Westwood is guilty. So if it's something that I don't know that you do, then I'm going to grow with you from now on. He's guilty, okay? So when it comes in, if he's guilty, yeah, you're right. If it comes in that he's not guilty, then boy, I said it's gone wrong because you all said he was guilty. And you're always right. Remember, you lot invented the world. You folk invented the wheel. You black folk invented the wheel. You broke the atom. You made medicine. So no, let's play by your rules now. Let's play by your rules now. Play by your rules. Westwood is guilty. So from now on, this video onwards, and any other video I do before the trial comes to an end, he is guilty. Okay? Boom. That's it. Now, moving forward. So, yeah, it's been acknowledged that Westwood likes them young, okay? So according to you, he's guilty, and it was a young girls he was messing with, yeah? The argument here is, though, that these are young girls, but I'm not so sure. I might have read that one was 14. I'm not so sure about that. But for what I generally know, none of them were below the age. None of them were below the illegal age. Although he's guilty, none of them were below the guilty age. So they were young girls. So it's been said he has a predilection for young girls, according to what you all have said. And his manager, there's an interview online with his manager who said the same thing. Okay? So that's that. So if he's talking as he was to Cardi B, Cardi B was young at the time as well, from what I saw from that video. But hey, that's beside the point. If you're talking to Cardi B at that time, talking slackness and cheesiness and vulgarity to young girls who are below a certain age, in my eyes, that's wrong. He's guilty anyway. You said he's guilty, so he's guilty. But in my eyes, he's guilty and he's wrong. Then how's that? But anyway, but people also comparing him to Jimmy Savile. I think that's a different thing because he hasn't gone to trial yet. You know what I mean? And also with Savile. Sorry, with Savile, it was all covered up, and 4 or 5 different police constabularies across the country knew about it. The whole family knew. The establishment knew. Number 10 knew. Thatcher knew. They all knew. They all turned a blind eye. Okay. Westwood, I think maybe Westwood's falling out of favour with some of the establishment. Maybe he's done something wrong, or maybe there's another thing they do as well. See this with the Stephen Lawrence case. At the time, someone's protected, but later on down the line, years later, when maybe certain things that the protected person has in place maybe aren't so much there anymore, that's when they come out. Like in the Stephen Lawrence case, all those guys were protected for such a long period of time. It's only now quite recently, that one of them went down. Is it David Norris? And the same one who went down is the one's talking now. Not giving up names, but the one saying, yeah, who's involved, but not naming names, whatever. He's the one who they got on the rack now. But back in the day, because of who his father was, he was untouchable. So the same thing might apply to Westwood here now as well. Maybe, just maybe, he was protected, but now over the course of time, and now he's much older now, and he's here and now, this may be the time now for them to pick Westwood off, or give him up, as it were. That may be the thing, may be the case, you know what I mean? But yeah, the thing about Westwood as well, and another thing is, which, it has to be said, which I didn't really cover in the last video, the fact that this kind of thing, yeah, you know, all DJs do this. All DJs take liberties or take advantage of their popularity when it comes to, you know, spinning tunes. Westwood's not the only one, and he won't be the last. So, you know, as we all agree now, because you said it, he's guilty. But the issue is, you know, what doesn't sit well with me is the fact that he was a big man and they were young girls. Because if he's staying back from 83, yeah, how old was he at the time? How old was he now? Because he was a big age man, like 68. So we're going back like, boy, 83, that's not good. I mean, most people listening to this probably weren't born in 83. And I was a youngin' in 83, so that's me. Nah, it's wrong, it's wrong. That's why I covered this again, just to cover over some cracks, because people misread what I was saying. Okay? When I say you all got no sense, you haven't. Because you put likes of Westwood on the top of your community. You know? I can't go into a Bollywood environment and be put at the top of that environment. Okay? I can't go into central London or Canary Wharf and be put at the top of a company, although I've got those qualifications. More than the managers probably got, more than the CEO has got. Okay? So why is it that you have a tendency to put these people at the top of your society? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm saying. Nothing more, nothing less. That's it. All right then. Later.